Hello everybody. Going to give you an update on our seawall. This was the second week working on it. Most of the stones were put in the first week, and then the second week we did the rebar cage. It goes around on the front and the top for the cement. So the cement's about 6 inches thick. And one of my recommendations for anybody working here would be get a foreman. I thought this was a small job, we wouldn't need a foreman, and I was mistaken. I was mistaken a lot. The people here, they call themselves skilled, and they can't read a blueprint. So we had to tell them everything that's on the print. We had to show them. When I said this was going to be the shape of a C, the wall, and they seen the print. When they started laying it out, they drew a C in the sand. They thought the C was going to be laying down. They didn't know it was a thing to deflect the waves out. So they originally drew a C in the sand, and that's what they were starting to dig, was a C. And I had to explain that that's not the way it is. It's supposed to be in a straight line. It's just the C comes up to deflect waves. And then they got sizes wrong on things. We had to keep telling them what the sizes of everything was because they can't read a print. So like I say, my recommendation to anybody building here would be to get a foreman. You know, I didn't get one for this small job because I thought it wouldn't be necessary, and I was sadly mistaken. And it's dark here, so we'll try and show you what I'm talking about, why we should have a foreman. I originally bought the plywood to be a full sheet to go from top to bottom on the curve of the sea. And the carpenter couldn't figure out how to do it. Even though I knew how to do it, explain it, but they can't get the concept of it. So they pieced the plywood together. Now there'll be a nice line going down through the middle. And then also, they didn't brace everything enough, and we had a blowout. So instead of it being one nice pour here in the front, now we'll have 2 or 3 pours because the form blew out. And now we don't have a nice C anymore. We have a big bulge. Yeah, it's like the seawall now has a beer belly over on the one end. So I'm not sure if you can see because it's getting dark here over here where it blew out. Okay, so this is the area here where we had the blowout because we didn't have enough braces. So I just blew all this out right here. Bowed on that, blew this out, bows there, all the way up through. Like I say, not enough bracing. And the sad part is I have so much metal scaffolding pipe at our house that there's no way that any of this should ever happen. You know? But it's sad. And like I say, they don't read a print. So there was 2 things I wanted. I wanted a nice C-shaped wall, and I wanted a footer like the drawing showed 6 inches below the grade. Here I have a footer sticking out over here in the sand. Now I have a nice piece of ugly cement sticking out. There's very sticking out from that. There's nails sticking out. So that's it for on the front side. We can go up top and look at the rebar up there. So here we are up on the top side of the seawall. Not sure if you can see, but like I say, it's getting dark. But that 6-inch face of cement there has all kinds of rebar in it. All 16mm rebar. Really good worth of rebar is on the top of the slab here, on top of all the stones. So when this is done, this will be about 6 feet wide when it's done. Because there's already a little over 5 feet with just the stone, and then we're putting 6 inches more on the face and on the top. And slowly starting to backfill this in so you can walk up and down. because it was a, I don't know, 4 or 5 foot step up to the top of the wall. So we're bringing all the backfill we can from our house and getting them in, all of our stone and dirt from there to bring over here to backfill, since we have a lot of excess over there from the construction there. So that's about it, I think, for this day here on our update of the Seawall. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.